yesterday I had like a shift in, felt like consciousness, where I felt like I was in my head for a little bit, and that happened, um, and all of a sudden I read this thing about in this book and about our subconscious beliefs, and it's not something new. I kind of knew it, but I kind of must have read it in the right at the right time. And then all of a sudden I just closed my eyes and I went into kind of a practice that I guide my clients through, but I guided myself through, which is interesting because I've been guided through this practice with my teachers, but I have guided myself through it, but not like this. And I just got a piece of paper and I wrote down some beliefs that were kind of going through my head, like free writing. I wasn't really thinking. I was just like these things that were coming up about certain things in my life, relationships, business, money, all these things. And they were kind of more of a contractive energy, and then I dropped it into my body, and I just felt the kind of tightness that I'd created through, believing in these thought patterns, and everything is an energy, right? And what we give our energy to, we create in our life. We know this if you've been watching my channel. And then all of a sudden, as I was feeling this like tightness and shame and all these emotions coming up that had been created from being in this kind of thought loop, these stories, and then all of a sudden I took a deep breath. I think some tears came out and I just was like processing. And then it's almost like I literally shifted from my head to my heart, and this is like my life's work. Ironic, right? And then all of a sudden, it's like I opened my eyes and I went on my Instagram, and I hadn't been on it all day, and I went to like check some posts and things like that, and it was like a vibration shift that I'd gone through in that short space of time, like 10 minutes. And this is what I do for clients, but yeah, guiding yourself is always a bit different, but it worked. And I can't really, it's hard to explain, but it was like a kind of, I was going through the motions of my kind of like how I guide clients. And all of a sudden, like I got someone come message me about my head to heart program, like wanting to join, and just sort of did like a story on my Instagram, and it was just like really me being authentic, and I just felt like I was not holding back. I was just being myself, and which is ironic, right? Because that's all we want, is to be ourselves. But so many of us are not. We feel blocked in our authentic expression, and a lot of the time it's because of the stories we're telling ourselves around, we're not good enough, or we don't believe in ourselves, or whatever the story is, and it's like these stories are old. So yeah, just coming on here, I've been fasting all day, so I've just been grounded through food, so I'm kind of just digesting my food. And I wanted to come on and share this because, yeah, if you're moving through something right now, just can you write everything down, just get it out of your head and see it black and white. And then whether you do one of my meditations or somebody else's online, can you do a meditation that will just kind of get you out of the thinking story loop, right? This is such a great thing to do that I teach my clients, because I'm a meditation teacher, is just moving through these, like, once we can kind of come into a higher sense of awareness of like a higher self, we call it in meditation, we can kind of observe the ego and how the ego is operating majority of the time. And the ego is obviously keeping us safe, but it's keeping us very much in these kind of thought loop patterns. And that's why the suffering is created, because every thought creates energy, emotion, and then the emotion is basically vibrating out into our body, our reality, our Instagrams, our friendships, everything like that. So everything is vibration. And yeah, it's just so important that we, pretty much most of my day is reprogramming my subconscious. Yeah, if I'm not working with clients or doing emails or marketing, I'm doing that kind of work. The most important work we'll ever do in this life, if we really want to ascend and come into the 5D, which is really moving beyond the 3D experience, which is just the physical, and coming more into the energy body, which, yeah, a big part of my head to heart program is supporting women through these steps and doing it in a safe and grounded away so we can really come into that like higher energy field as human beings having a spiritual experience. And that's really, yeah, the journey home is as we get to this connection to our light body or our energy field, we realize everything is just energy, and we realize that we're a lot more mindful about, you know, like I said, what we put in our mouths, what we tell ourselves, who we hang out with, because everything is a program. And you can spend your whole life trying to like undo the program. That can take forever. That's what I've been doing. And that's a big part of why I have such a strong mission on this world, to shift these subconscious programs that we have lived in our whole lives that are creating our reality. And a lot of the time, it's not the reality that we're inspired by, you know? It's this one of lack or scarcity or not good enough, or, you know, whatever the program is that we've been telling ourselves. And I choose love and gratitude and abundance and peace. So yeah, that's the journey, you know.
Mais comment tu fais un